Hey guys, this is Blitzrack. So today I wanted to talk about something that has plagued the PC online gaming ever since it became popular. That is hacking and cheating. No matter what kind of game you are playing, whether it be an FPS game, MMORPG game, or heck, you will even see some hackers in co-op games. All of you must have wondered why after all these years, big companies with huge amounts of money have not been able to wipe out all the cheaters that to this date still ruin the gameplay experience of players who are trying to play their game fairly. Well, to explain this, we'll actually have to know how the anti-cheat system actually works. So there are a couple of ways how devs determine who is cheating and who is not. The first way is reporting, which is pretty simple and straightforward. If you encounter a player with suspicious behavior in his gameplay, you can simply use an in-game system that has been placed by developers of that game to tell them manually that you think that this guy is hacking. Then the second way is through stat analysis. So what an anti-cheat system will do is set a baseline depending on the average kill death ratio, win to loss ratio, number of headshots you get per match, stuff like that. And then it will keep an eye on any changes that happen in your gameplay. For example, we'll say a player is pretty average in his gameplay, but suddenly he starts winning all the matches in the game with an insane amount of kill death ratio. And all the kills that he got were through headshots. This sudden spike in his or her stats will raise some flags, which will result in a ban most of the time. But it goes a bit deeper than this. It will also detect any inhuman reaction, macros, target tracking, or instantly locking on to the heads of the target that the cheater is trying to kill. Now the problem with this system is that it has to wait for a cheater to make mistake, which an experienced one will not make. He will try his best to stay clean by maybe losing some matches intentionally, die to maintain a believable kill death ratio, or I don't know, some other stuff like that. So he doesn't raise any flag with the anti-cheat system. And this is also the reason why sometimes a really good player gets falsely banned. But it can be easily challenged and also in most of the cases gets resolved very easily. Okay, that was a joke. Most of the time it may not get resolved and the player may stay banned forever even if he did not cheat or hack, which further damages the relationship between developers and their community, and it's already hanging by a thread these days. Now the third one and the most complicated method to catch cheaters is signature detection of the hack that they are using. So how this works is someone makes a hack, then uses it in the game to cheat and then gets caught by the anti-cheat, hence getting banned. But getting banned and getting the signature of the hack that they used to cheat in the game are two different things. Maybe one person gets banned, but no one is stopping the other player from using the exact same hack for cheating in the game because the anti-cheat system needs the signature of that file that the cheaters are using to cheat. So they can update their database to detect that hack every time. And for it to happen, they will need to go through your data on your PC, which is extremely hard, and even if they did manage to gain access to the memory dump of your PC, it's really hard to find the signature of the cheat. So mostly what they do is they just go to a public site where the cheats are being sold. Through them they get the file and the signature of that specific cheat and update the database of their anti-cheat, which then will always ban players who are using the cheats from that specific site that they targeted. That's why you must have noticed sometimes you see a news like 1 lakh players banned in some popular game. You'll always see that that is the result of this action that the devs take sometimes. So now you all must be thinking, problem solved, right? No. See, even after all this hard work, it's really easy to modify the code and create another variant of the cheat that masks the signature into a new one. In simple words, it's just like changing your password. Who knows how to program a hack? So this is a never-ending battle which, for the most part, cheaters win most of the time. As you know, they targeted the public sites, so it will shut down mostly like 70 to 80% of the cheaters that are present in the game. But there are also something called private cheats. Like a programmer can make them at his own house just for himself to use in any game that he wants to play, which are impossible to detect, and even if it gets sold, they are quite expensive to buy and are kind of sold in secret on really shady sites. Also, an experienced cheater will be very careful in how he uses the hack, which will always keep him safe from any bans. So all I'm trying to say is that this problem is really hard to tackle for us gamers and even for the developers which do have the ability to fight against it. It just requires a whole lot of hard work, time and resources which most of the companies are not willing to give. I mean, they are gonna update their anti-cheat system from time to time, but it just requires a lot of money and work that a cheater can easily tackle, as I have explained in the video. So I hope all this was helpful to you guys in understanding why the cheaters in the games are so prevalent, especially these days when free-to-play games are so popular. If they ban the cheater's account in that game, he will just make a new one and do it all over again. I think this is it for the video. I will talk about how some companies are trying out new method to combat this situation. So yep, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.